Hello, investors and traders, and welcome to this week's episode of Technical Tuesday, where today we're going to be talking about how to identify and trade channels. What are channels? Well, there's three types of channels. There are ascending channels, descending channels, and also sideways channels. And basically, they're nothing more than price ranges. It's when buyers tend to buy on a support level, the price will move up to a resistance level. And when you see this happening over and over again, where the price bounces off support, pulls back from resistance, goes back to support, and repeats the process, there are trading opportunities you can find within these channels. And I'm going to show you how to properly trade them while at the same time managing risk. Let's take the ascending triangle here first. When a stock is moving in an upward direction, the trend line is going to be found by connecting the lows of that price pattern. The trend line is where the support is going to be. So if you see a stock going in an upward direction and it pulls back to support, and then you see a pivot bounce off the support, that's where you would enter a buy order. Now, if you decide to buy an ascending channel, then you absolutely must put a stop somewhere below the trend line. So in other words, if you buy on this pivot point here, you're going to be putting your stop somewhere below the trend line. As the stock goes up, you're moving your stop up as the price goes up, and that's called trailing the stop. And you continue to trail that stop up until the point where the price breaks the trend line, and then your stop is going to get you out of the position. Now, that's the way to buy on the dips, but there's another way to trade the ascending channel, and that occurs on the breakouts. A breakout is when the price starts moving above the channel line. Now, remember, in an upward trend, the trend line is the lower line in the channel. The line parallel to that is known as the channel line. So when you break out over the channel line in an ascending channel, the price will most likely continue to go up to a level where you'll find resistance at a secondary channel resistance or channel line. I'll get to that when we go to the live charts. So let me repeat. You buy on a pivot, you put your stop below the pivot, you trail your stop up as the stock goes up, trailing the stop, or you could even take profits at the resistance pullback. You could do that as well. I like to continue to stay with the stock as long as it's in the channel and stick with it for as long as you can, because then the stop will make the decision for you as to when to get out. On a descending channel, you can actually buy the dips, but this line here is not the trend line. The opposite is true in a descending channel. The line that's connecting the highs, the descending highs, is the trend line. I'll just put TL as an abbreviation. The line drawn parallel to the trend line is called the channel line. I'll abbreviate that as CL. So you can buy on the dips, but what you're doing is you're going against the grain. You're more or less swimming upstream like a salmon does during breeding season. You're going against the flow. You can do that, but you have to make sure that you're putting very tight stops in the process. So here would be a pivot point off the descending channel line, and then you would wait for it to rally, but you're going to put that stop right below your buy point, right below that pivot. And you're not going to use a sell stop to get out of that one in the descending channel. Why? Because it's most likely going to stop you out almost every single time. So instead, what you're going to do is you're going to buy on the pivot right here, and you're going to wait for a pivot at the trend line, and that's when you get out for a descending channel. These are the strategies that I've been using for over 40 years. They work very well. They're very good strategies for option traders as well. Now, there are many stocks, even today, that are trading in sideways channels. You have a support level, you have a resistance level, so I'll put S for support, resistance up at the top. And the strategy here is to basically buy on the pivot, sell at resistance, wait for a pullback, buy again at the pivot, sell at resistance. And if you're a real trader or one who knows how to short sell, you could even buy on the pivot, sell out of that position, and then sell short to reverse the position and take the ride down. That's not a strategy for brand new traders. I will tell you right now, there's a lot more risk involved in short selling. We won't get into that today, but very much more risk when you're shorting a stock, especially the cheaper stocks. And here in the sideways channel, once again, you're not trailing the stop. It's not giving you an opportunity to do that because the stock is not trending. It's just going sideways. However, you would use a stop to protect your downside. So after you buy on the pivot, you're putting a stop right below support and you're leaving it there until it gets to resistance, at which time you take your profit and then the stop goes away, or you delete that or cancel that stop loss order. And that's how you trade on the long side and the short side of a sideways channel. Remember, risk management is absolutely critical. Let me show you what that looks like on an actual chart. Let's take a look at ACI. Now, I'm using the Thinkorswim platform, so we have a really nice tool in the tool bag here that's known as Channel Tool. And I can go back and I could look at these lows here. Now, when you're drawing a channel, you have to more or less scan the chart and look for the range. And it's really okay if you're picking a low and then it intersects with another price level here, and then you pick another low. You're picking the average of the lows here. And once you've identified that, you then drag your tool to draw a line parallel, which connects to as many of those highs as you possibly can. Now, the bottom line in an up channel or ascending channel, remember, that's going to be your support level. And the upper level or the channel line is going to be your resistance. So you're going to be looking for pivot points along the way here. Even on this one, you would not have bought on that red candle because it's not pivoting. You would wait for this green candle to show up before you buy. And again, after you buy, you're putting a stop below the trend line. You would be taking your profits at the resistance here, 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 and here once the stock has pivoted from that resistance level. Now, when you're doing this, it's a good idea to be keeping an eye on your oscillators down below. My favorite oscillator of all time is the CCI. And if you wait for the CCI to give you the buy signal, let's say back here in December, you see the CCI, the blue line is the CCI, crossing over the green line, which is the minus 100 mark on the scale. When the blue crosses the green, that is the buy signal, just to keep it simple and color-coded. When blue crosses over the green, there you go. There's your buy signal, at which point that buy signal is showing up right at a pivot in the price action. And then you could wait, or you could also wait for the CCI to get into an overbought condition, and once it gives you a sell signal, you're then getting out at a level right in this area. So you're making the profit from the support level to the resistance using my very favorite oscillating index, which is the CCI, the Commodity Channel Index. Now look what's happened to the stock after it broke out below this trend line here. It reversed the trend. You see that? And it's not uncommon to see that happen. In fact, when the trend line is broken, what happens is a lot of times, whether it be an ascending channel, a sideways channel, descending channel, it doesn't matter. When the channel is broken, and in this case it's broken to the downside, you take the width of the channel and you now use that to establish your target price. You follow? So when the channel is broken, the stock will most likely drop to a level that equals the width of the channel. So here I have extended those out to the right, and you can see once it broke out here, right in that area right there, I'll magnify that. Once it broke below the trend line, what did it do? It worked its way all the way down to the next target level, which was the lower level at the width of the channel. Now, after that is broken, the channel completely reverses. And now we're in a descending channel. What does that look like? Well, you take a high, connect it to another high, keep going, connect these highs, and you draw your trend line. Then what you do is you run a line parallel, connecting as many of these lows as you can. And there you go. There's a descending channel. Same thing applies. Now, there are buy opportunities that will surface from time to time after descending channels have broken the resistance or broken the trend line. When that happens, and I have a couple more examples here to show you, when that happens, it breaks over that trend line, you then take the width of the channel once again, so you could duplicate this right here, and you measure the distance from the breakout point equal to the width of the channel. Hopefully I didn't confuse you there. But should this one break out to the upside of this channel right here, you're most likely going to go up to a level that will equal the distance of the previous channel, making this your new price target. I'll put PT for price target. So ACI looks pretty good on this one right now because we have a green candle on this trading day where the market has been down most of the day. So this is showing a sign of strength. Now don't take this as a trade recommendation because it has not broken out above that trend line yet. But once it does, I'll be telling you, I have this on my watch list. I'll be looking for that to see if, in fact, that happens. Another good example is gold. It's been in the news lately, right? And let me show you how this works with regard to setting your price targets. Here's gold. This is the gold futures contract for December. And I'm going to connect as many of these lows here, here, and here, and draw a line parallel and connecting as many of the highs as we can. There we go. So the trend line is the one below in an ascending channel. The parallel line above that, connecting the highs, is the channel line. Now imagine for a moment that none of this data was here. None of these candles were here. And you see the breakout occurring over that channel line. How do you forecast the move? Well, again, you go, you duplicate the width of your channel, and you basically slide it up, and now you have the width of the new channel on the breakout. So at this point, I would have to extend this line here to the right to give me my target price. And there you go. Hits the target, breaks out, and it looks to me like gold still wants to go. Why do I say that? Because if you look at the volume, it's still increasing. It was setting record highs today on the date of this recording, Tuesday, October 7th. And so now what do you do? Well, if you're thinking about buying gold and you see the volume going up, you could draw another channel line and you duplicate this drawing to establish your next price target. You just keep doing that. Wash, rinse, repeat. So where would my shorter term target for gold be looking at this particular chart? I think you could see it up around the $4,200 level right here. And what do you have? You have another channel that's more accelerated in this ascending channel. It's more accelerated in the angle, and the volume continues to be positive. So there you go. That's how you use your channel lines for trading. I have one more example. I don't want to make this video too long because, as you know, I like to keep them short. Your weekly technical analysis vitamin, right? So here's one where you had Hasbro. Hasbro broke out below the downside or the trend line of this channel. Now, how do we duplicate that to find the channel? Here we go. We duplicate the drawing, slide it down to the original breakout point, and you could obviously see that once the trend line was broken here, it very quickly moved down to the target level at the bottom of the new and adjusted price channel to establish his target price down here. So hopefully that's helped you. If you have any questions, put them in the comments field. Make sure you like and hit the subscribe button if you find value here. You know, I find it very interesting that our weekly market report, which is not necessarily grounded in education, it's more of economic, geopolitical, and technical analysis for the markets, that gets a lot more views than these educational videos. And over time, I do expect that the number of views will go up with the educational Technical Tuesday videos I put out. But we will need your help. If you could, share these videos with people that you know who are looking to learn how to trade, manage risk, learn how to read the candles, look at patterns and such, and you'll be doing them a great favor. So thank you for joining us on this Technical Tuesday. We'll talk to you next week. So long.